There is a moment when the predictable script of your life develops a fissure, a fracture where the autopilot running your existence suddenly disengages. It is in this crack that a different kind of light filters in, revealing the hidden machinery and unspoken rules that have governed your reality until now. You are standing in that fracture at this very moment, whether it feels like a looming crisis or a quiet, persistent discontent. Look closer at the life you have so carefully constructed, and you will begin to observe the emerging dissonances in your daily rhythm. Conversations that once felt nourishing and vital now seem to drain your energy, while people who were once central figures in your story now feel like characters from a previous season of your life. These are not random signs of failure or decay. They are the initial tremors of a profound architectural renewal, a process documented in countless psychological and spiritual transformations. This is not magical thinking, but the predictable pattern of a complex system upgrading itself from the inside out. And the very fact that this message is reaching you now is tangible evidence that your upgrade is already well underway. The vast majority of people spend their entire lives attempting to patch these fractures. They feel the ground shift beneath them, sense the dissonance, and see the architecture of their reality begin to wobble. But they mistake these signals for personal problems to be solved, labeling them as burnout, a midlife crisis, or simple anxiety. They focus all their energy on reinforcing the old, crumbling structure, completely blind to the new, more resilient foundation being laid just beneath their feet. But something inside you is different. A deeper part of you, a faculty of knowing that defies easy explanation, has recognized these tremors for what they truly are. It's a gut sense that the blueprint of your reality is being redrawn by a wiser, invisible hand. Here is the sequence of that redesign, the blueprint for what unfolds in the period just before a life-altering paradigm shift is completed. First, you experience what can be called the Great Unraveling. During this phase, the attachments that once defined your core identity begin to lose their magnetic pull. Ambitions you chased with ferocious energy suddenly appear hollow, and you may find yourself questioning core beliefs you have held for decades, feeling adrift in a sea of your own making, yet strangely liberated by the newfound uncertainty. This is not a descent into chaos. This is the necessary deconstruction required for a more authentic reconstruction to begin. Your core self is clearing the stage, letting go of the props, scenery, and script that do not belong in the next act of your life. A system, after all, cannot receive a major upgrade until it first uninstalls the outdated programs that would create conflicts with its new operating software. During this stage, you will also witness your social landscape begin to terraform. Certain relationships will not end in drama or conflict, but will simply fade, like a distant radio signal losing its frequency. Conversely, new people will enter your orbit with startling relevance, appearing as if on cue to bring the precise insight, connection, or support you didn't even know you were seeking. This is not personal. It is physics. The electromagnetic field of your life is recalibrating to a new frequency, and only that which genuinely resonates with this new vibration can remain in your immediate vicinity. The second phase is the resonance cascade, where the feedback loop between your inner state and your outer world tightens dramatically. Some days will feel packed with a month's worth of growth, learning, and meaningful connection. Other times, entire weeks will blur past in what feels like an instant, their true purpose and impact only becoming clear in hindsight. This is not about your perception of time changing. It is about the density of meaning within time increasing exponentially. Meaningful coincidences will begin to cluster, creating intricate chains of events that defy simple probability, and elegant solutions to long-standing problems will emerge from the most unexpected sources. This cascade can feel overwhelming because it bypasses the logical, analytical mind. It is not a problem to be solved or a sequence to be micromanaged, but a powerful wave of energy to be surrendered to and ridden. You will know you are surfing this wave when you start having experiences that feel like data downloads from the future. You might hear a song on the radio with lyrics that directly answer a complex question you were just pondering, or have dreams so vivid and detailed they provide actionable solutions to your waking problems. These are not random anomalies or flights of fancy. They are what can be called causal echoes, ripples sent back in time from the future reality you are already creating on an energetic level. Think of them as trailers, previews of the fully integrated reality that is solidifying just beyond the veil of your current perception. If these ideas are resonating, I'll pause for a moment to say what is customary. The most meaningful way to support this dialogue is by subscribing, which is not merely about a number, but is a powerful signal to the digital ecosystem that something of value is unfolding here. It tells the algorithms that this conversation is worth amplifying. The third phase is where the real transformation is forged. The ego's surrender. This is the point where your old self-concept, the carefully curated personality you have presented to the world for years, begins its final dissolution. This is not a violent overthrow, but a gentle, persistent irrelevance. You will find yourself acting with a courage you didn't know you possessed, making choices that your past self would have deemed reckless or irrational. This identity shift is not a project you actively manage. It is a masterpiece being revealed. Like a sculptor chipping away all the pieces of marble that are not the statue, life is removing everything that is not the essential you, uncovering the form that was always there. During this stage, you will likely face a series of what feel like intense integrity checks. These are not random misfortunes or obstacles sent to thwart you, but are bespoke challenges perfectly designed to solidify the very qualities your future self already possesses. Each test will require you to embody the trust where you used to doubt, the resilience where you used to crumble, or the authenticity where you used to perform. This process also serves another vital function. It expands your energetic and emotional capacity to hold the sheer magnitude of what is coming. A major life integration does not just alter your external circumstances, it fundamentally upgrades your entire energetic system. You begin to function from an entirely different bandwidth. Actions that once required immense effort and willpower now flow with an astonishing ease. Possibilities that seemed locked behind impenetrable walls become readily accessible, and complex decisions that would have once paralyzed you for weeks are now made in an instant with a deep, unshakable knowing. This is not manufactured confidence or positive thinking. This is the cellular certainty that arises when your mind finally and fully aligns with your soul's blueprint. The fourth phase is what distinguishes those who complete their integration from those who remain in a perpetual loop of preparation. The echo chamber. This is when your external reality becomes an undeniable and high-fidelity mirror for your inner transformation. Opportunities no longer just appear. They pursue you with a relentless and uncanny focus. But this is also the moment when the gravity of your past exerts its strongest and most seductive pull. the old world will launch a final campaign to win you back. Old job offers will resurface with better terms, and people from your past will reappear with compelling reasons for you to return to familiar, comfortable patterns. This is not a cosmic test of your resolve. It is the natural homeostatic impulse of any system resisting profound change. The stronger the pull back to the familiar, the closer you are to a quantum leap forward into the unknown. During this period, time's malleability becomes even more pronounced, and you will begin to receive what can be described as integration blueprints, complete packages of information that arrive not through intellectual study, but through direct, instantaneous insight. You will simply know the next step with absolute conviction, even if you cannot logically explain why. The fifth and final phase is the integration itself, but it is nothing like the dramatic, cinematic explosion most people expect. It is not a singular event, but a quiet, gentle dawning. It feels like slowly waking up in a room you have always been in, only to realize that all the lights have just been turned on. One morning, the reflection in the mirror is both intimately familiar and profoundly new, and the life you inhabit is the one you always sensed was possible, but could never quite touch. What is most remarkable about this phase is how utterly natural and normal it all feels. All the confusion, the painful goodbyes, and the bewildering synchronicities suddenly click into place, forming a pattern of breathtaking perfection and intelligence. The path that seemed so chaotic and winding is revealed to have been a perfectly straight line in retrospect. The timing you fought against is shown to be divinely orchestrated, and the challenges you resented are recognized as the precise training you required. But this integration is not a finish line. It is the installation of a new operating system for your life. It is a state of coherence you can consciously cultivate and return to, again and again, each time at a higher and more refined resolution. The signals you are sensing right now, the restlessness in your soul, the strange pull towards the unknown, are not leading you to a single, final destination. They are initiating you into a new, collaborative way of co-creating with reality itself. You are not just nearing a breakthrough. You are remembering how to live in a state of perpetual flow. What is arriving is not simply a new chapter in your life, but an entirely new way of authoring your story. And to conclude, a small practice to anchor this state. If you have journeyed to this point and felt a fundamental shift within, declare it by writing the following phrase in the comments below: "My integration has begun." Let this be more than just a comment. Let it be your personal declaration, the first entry in your new book of life.